Hey everybody, it's me, Benita Charles, New York vocalist, here for another episode of Singing Tips. Today I'm at the beautiful Jackie Robinson Park in Harlem, and it's a wonderful evening tonight, and so I'm just happy to be here. I've been bringing the singing tips to beginner singers since April, so we just wrapped up the first 10 tips a week ago, and so we're on this singing journey. I see I have one person join me. Hello, this is Benita Charles, New York vocalist, with another episode of Singing Tips. And last week was the recap show, so last week we did the first 10 tips of singing tips. See, I have another person. Hello there. I'm New York vocalist Benita Charles, and this is Singing Tips. We just wrapped up the first 10 tips, and now we're moving into performance. So the first 10 tips was about your talent, just singing, just getting yourself together. Hi, Latoya. How are you? I hope you're having a good evening. It's beautiful here in New York. I'm in Harlem at Jackie Robinson Park for another episode of Singing Tips. And so now we're moving into performance. So last week was the recap show of all of the 10 tips regarding your talent. And now we're going to focus on performing. So how's everyone doing today before I get started? Just want to check in, see how you're doing. It's a wonderful evening here. It rained a little earlier. Hi, cuz, how are you? How are you doing? It rained a little earlier here, but now the sun is kind of not, well, we're getting close to dusk, but the sky is clear. So all's clear. Hey, cousin, how are you? All's clear here. How's the weather where you are? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, so anyway, we wrapped up the first 10 tips last week. So that means we're moving into another segment. Oh, good. You're blessed. So am I. I know, right? No complaints here. So now we're moving into your performance. So the next 10 tips are going to all be about performance, which brings us to tip number 11, which is sing in front of an audience. So you're got some songs under your belt from our other tips. It's not hot, but rain passed through, cooled down a lot in Philly. The same thing happened with us. Around 3 o'clock, it was raining, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to do my singing tips outside. And then the rain just subsided, and now it's almost as if it didn't happen. But it also cooled things off, which was great because it was kind of humid. So, yeah. So we are talking about performing. So you worked on your talent, you got some songs under your belt, you've been rehearsing, you've been working on your voice, and now it's time to sing in front of an audience. I want to say something. You can practice all you want, but there's nothing like singing in front of an audience. It just puts you on another level. You kind of have to step up your game because you're in front of people. And that's why it's important. It's important to practice, don't get me wrong. It's important to rehearse, but you have to sing in front of people. So you may say, well, where do I start? I don't know where to start. Start with your family and friends. I remember when I was younger, my family would always make me sing at a family function. You know, they were like, okay, Benita, get up and sing. And I saw some video not too long ago of me singing at a family function as a young singer. And I thought, wow, I've come a long way. But you got to start somewhere. And that is an audience. And sometimes that audience is harder to sing in front of than, you know, being on a dark stage where you just see the lights and you don't see anyone. Because when you sing in front of your family, everyone's looking at you. You know, and you kind of have to keep your cool and you know, you can be shaking inside. But it's the best experience is to sing. Well, I mean, also sing in front of people you love is great because there's no judgment, you know, and it's usually a nice, mild crowd, unless you got some family members that are very harsh. But singing in front of your family is a great start. But it's an audience. And if you hear a lot of these stars, they sing, you know, a lot of the stars, when they were starting out, they would have concerts for their family. So that's a great start. Another place to start is the church. Now, that's where I started. And as a young kid, it was really great because you sing you know, with a group of kids. So you get to, you work on your ear because you're listening to all the other voices, and you have to keep your part. You said my baby girl did her first lead solo, Take Me to the King, at 5 in front of the church. Oh, that's so awesome. Did you record it? I would love to see that if she's not shy about anyone seeing it. But that's what I did. When I first did my first solo, I was in church. And the church is such a kind audience, you know. I mean, they're encouraging, and, you know, they're like, go ahead, babe, you know, and they're just like, amen. So the church is a great place to start. And I would say, too, for your children especially, that's the best training. I mean, that was my first training. Above anything, I started in the church. And to this day, I attribute that to my great ear, because I can listen to myself and I can hear when I'm off. If I'm singing with someone else, I can listen to that other person and I can make sure that I blend and we sound good together. So that is excellent. And congratulations. I hope you videotaped it. That's awesome. Another place that you can start out is artist showcase, or no, first open mics, because with an open mic at some of these places, you can just get up, you sign up, you know, there's a sign up sheet, and they usually have a house band, and pretty much the house band knows all of the cover songs, and you get up and you sing. Hi there, Lori. You get up there and you sing, and you can sing with a band, which is great, because that's another separate live stream that we'll talk about, singing with a band. But you get to sing with a band, and you sing in front of people. And with an open mic, you're singing in front of people who don't know you. Like, when you start out with your family and friends. But there's nothing like a true test of singing in front of people who don't know you. Because if you get a reaction from people who don't know you, or you get a good response, then that's because they're going to be honest. If they don't like it, you're going to hear crickets. They may not be mean like the Apollo, but you're not going to get any reaction. But if you're good, they will let you know. And that's a good indication to you that, hey, you know, I'm on the right track. So we had singing in front of your family and friends. We had singing at church. We had singing at open mics. And another one is singing at an artist showcase. That's a little bit different from an open mic, because with an artist showcase, usually there's a producer of a show. They have a group of artists, and it's pretty much more structured and formalized, because they have a venue that they have the show. They have a select number of artists, and only those artists perform. Whereas in an open mic, anybody can perform. And one of the things with open mics, a lot of times, depending on how many people are there, you could be there until like you won't get on until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, if it's a really popular open mic, you know. So that's another thing with open mics. You kind of want to sign up early, because, you know, you can be there. I remember one open mic I was at, I didn't get on till like 1:30. I thought, oh, this is great, especially if you have to go to work the next day. But so artist showcase is a little different, because usually that's more structured, more formalized. They have only a select group of artists, and but it's a great. It's great too, because a lot of times with artist showcases, they're at great venues. So when you promote yourself, you're promoting yourself to be at the bitter end or the Blue Note or, you know, some of the high-end venues. So that's the good thing about Artist Showcase, is usually they're at good venues, and the promoter is the person that set everything up. So the final one I want to talk to you about is self-produced shows. That's where you do all of the work. You get the venue, you do the promotion, you know, hire your band, and you do everything yourself. So you can do that too. That's called self-produced shows. That's like some people who do the one-woman cabaret shows, or, you know, even some clubs, or you can rent out or whatever. So that takes a little more effort on your part, and you're responsible for everything. So unlike the Artist Showcase where someone else is producing it, you're producing it, but you get all the profits. So that, you know, it's a trade-off for everything. But that is what you need to do in terms of starting out. And now you're ready. If you did all of or some of those tips that I gave you before, where you learned your songs, you built your set list, you're working with a vocal teacher, you're learning music, you're ready to sing in front of people. That's the next step. Because you don't want to be in rehearsal forever. You don't want to do that. You have to move on, and this is how you get your experience, and from this experience people will hire you to they will actually pay you to sing, and that's the goal. So this week's tip is for you to sing in front of an audience. Now I just want to see, is there anyone out there that knows about these things and can agree with me or disagree, or is there anything I missed? Just curious. I just want to know your thoughts of what you think. No? That's okay. But I just want to encourage all the singers to wherever you can sing in front of an audience. Oh, one more place I forgot. Online. Exactly what I'm doing. I mean, how can I forget that? I'm actually online. I'm actually, you know, talking in front of an audience. You can do this anywhere. So you don't have to be at a venue. You can do this in the comfort of your home. You can do this at a restaurant. You can do this like I'm doing outside. So online, and also, you know, people do post their videos on YouTube. So that started before this, the live stream. You can post it on YouTube and just let people view it later, or you can do it live like this right now, like what I'm doing. So the most important thing for you at this point is for you to sing in front of an audience. With that being said, I decided, okay, I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to sing for you. So in closing, I would like to sing my original song, the Freedom Song, for you. Freedom, freedom, oh yeah, freedom, freedom, oh yeah. You may knock me down, but I'll get right up. And you may have a frown, but I'll keep on smiling, 'cause no one will steal my joy. I'm just too strong to be able to feel what you wanna and say what you wanna. That's freedom, to be able to love who you wanna and do what you wanna. That's freedom. No one can take my freedom from me, oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. I just got to be me, that's how it's got to be. And if you try to hold me down, I'll break free, 'cause no one can control me or tell me what to do. I'm a free spirit, I thought you knew, to be able to feel what you want and say what you wanna. That's freedom, to be able to love who you wanna and do what you wanna. That's freedom. No one can take my freedom from me, oh yeah. No one can take my freedom. Here's the bridge. Freedom, I need my freedom. Freedom, I got to be me. Freedom, I need my freedom. Freedom, I got to be free, to be able to feel what you wanna and say what you wanna. That's freedom, to be able to love who you wanna and do what you wanna. That's freedom. No one can take my freedom from me. Oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. Oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. Oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. Yeah. That's the freedom song. And that's me taking my own advice and singing in front of an audience. I hope you enjoyed it. That's going to do it for me for singing tips. I hope that you are enjoying these singing tips. If you are, give me some feedback. I kind of want to know how you like it. You can see all of these at my blog, and you can link to it on my Instagram page, which is BCM Sings, and in the bio you click on the link, and that's my blog for singing tips, and it lists all of these tips. I also have them on my YouTube channel, so you can always catch all of the other tips that you missed on YouTube. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I also want to just say a prayer for the world. You know, there's so much going on. Our friends in Paris and Turkey, all of the people who lost their lives, I just want to send love and light and prayers to them. And all of the people here in the United States, just pray for the world, everyone. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll see you next time on Singing Tips. But just remember, this week's tip number 11 is sing in front of an audience. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye.